Hello everyone. I am Professor Manoranjan Jadhav. Uh, I am discussing here today the concept of industrial engineering, the supply chain management. This comes in SPPU syllabus under the unit Production Planning and Control, the chapter number 2, in unit number 4. So, w- Today we will discuss what is the importance of supply chain management, shortly termed as SCM. What is the history? What are the goals and objectives of SCM? Then different strategies of SCM that we are going to discuss in this topic today. So come towards the importance of SCM. What is SCM? Right? The concept of supply chain management is evolved into one of the most important management concept of the last decade. The increased focus on the process of producing the products and getting the products into the market and managing the global process effectively is the important and positive effect on the economics of manufacturing. My dear friends, the use of SCM concept has also begun to produce the large benefits in the competitive environment, right? An understanding of the principle of SCM is becoming more and more needful for the industrial engineers. So that's why we're going to discuss the SCM. What is the history of supply chain management? SCM goes far back in the history. Some of the earlier indications are transportation records found on the clay tablets. एका क्लेवरती काही रेकॉर्ड्स ट्रान्सपोर्टेशनचे हे फाइंड आउट झालेले आहे की जे वेअर हाऊसपासून कस्टमरपर्यंत कसे ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन हे केलं जात होतं बिफोर दी 19th century. So today's supply chain management concepts are rooted in the 1961 publication of Industrial Dynamics. This works uh, this industrial dynamics identifies the complex interaction and behavior of multi-step information processes. In the largest or broadest sense, SCM cover the everything from raw material arrival. मी पुन्हा एकदा रिपीट करतो. SCM covers everything, that is from where we get the raw material to the delivery to the retail customer. म्हणजेच रॉ मटेरियल परचेस करण्यापासून ते रिसीव करण्यापर्यंत ते प्रोसेस करून डिलिव्हर फिनिश प्रॉडक्ट कस्टमर एंडपर्यंत म्हणजे रिटेलरपर्यंत किंवा रिटेल कस्टमर्सपर्यंत पोचवण्यासाठीची जी साखळी आहे त्याला आपण सप्लाय चेन मॅनेजमेंट असं म्हणतो, राईट? सो what is the goal or objective of SCM, right? Uh, what is the goal of SCM? SCM is concerned with the efficient integration of suppliers. As I told you, it deals with the uh, raw material purchasing from the suppliers. Again, deals with the machining or manufacturing process within the factories, then its storage in the warehouse, and then supplied to the merchandise, right, in the right quantities to the right locations at the right time, right, so as to minimize the total system cost and satisfy the customer's service requirements at particular time. That is what the goal of the supply chain management, and that is what the basis of this SCM. So SCM is a straightforward to improve the delivery response time, increase effectiveness in the transportation, reduce the inventory and greater to increase the greater stability throughout the supply chain. That is what the goal of the supply chain, right? So we will define the what is mean by supply chain management. So what is supply chain management? Supply chain management is the process. It is a process, right? Management is a process, right? Supply chain management is a process of what? Of planning, implementing. आधी plan करणं, नंतर start implementing what we have planned, then start controlling, right? What? कशाचं planning, कशाचं implementation, कशाचं controlling, the operations of the supply chain so as to satisfy the customer requirement as efficiently as possible, right? Supply chain management deals with planning and management of all the activities involved in sourcing. That means to produce the inventory, in procurement, in conversion and logistic management activities. म्हणजे चार गोष्टी इथे बेसिकली एस सी एममध्ये कव्हर होतात. सोर्स मिळवणे म्हणजे सोर्सिंग, प्रोक्युरमेंट म्हणजे परचेस करणे, काय जे आपल्याला रॉ मटेरियल हवा असेल ते, देन कन्वर्जन ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल इन टू द फिनिश प्रॉडक्ट, right? And logistic of the raw material as well as the finished product to the customer end or from the retailer, from the vendor end. So this is the broad definition of SCM. SCM is a process of planning, implementing, controlling the operations of um, all activities involved in sourcing, procurement, conversion, and logistic management activities. That's it. This is what the SCM is. Then we will discuss the strategies of SCM. SCM, all the activities, all the advanced strategies, techniques, and approaches for the supply chain management basically focus on the global optimization and managing the uncertainty. Global optimization. This is a very basic concept, very basic strategy for SCM. And managing the uncertainty. There are different uncertainties to get the raw material from the vendors. There are so many aspects to how much quantity, how much quality, then at what time it to be received, what are the circumstances that comes while transportation. There are so many aspects to transportation, so we need to cover all these points in the supply chain management. Then strategies for the supply chain management, decision support systems. We have to decide what support system we will require. Inventory control, as I told you, minimum inventory at right time, right? Then network design. So what is network design? We have to cover, we have to consider the raw material procurement, its purchase, its transportation, then raw material when it enters into the factory, then the finishing process, that means manufacturing process, then after manufacturing process it's uh, storage in the warehouse, and after that the next transportation to or logistics to the retailer end, and that has to be network design. Then design for the logistic. So we have to consider different parameters to decide which type of logistic, which type of transportation is required, depending on which type of material is being transported. If it is a glass material, then we have to consider very smooth and soft or cushioning transportation, the boxes which absorbs maximum shocks, right? So if it is a steel material, then there are different transportation systems available, right? Then cross docking. So what is mean by cycle view of the supply chain? As I told you, there are suppliers, and we procure some raw material from the supplier, right? Then it comes in the manufacturing plant, so there is a manufacturing cycle. Then we after the manufacturing, we store it in the warehouse, finished product in the warehouse. Then there are distributors, different we according to the region, we appoint different distributors. Below the distributor, that distributor appoints various retailers, or he prepare his own retailer chain, and he distribute the material or the finished product to the retailer. Then the customer order cycle, customer purchase the material. So this is the total supply chain cycle, right? So there are three basic supply chain activities. One is a strategic, second one is uh, second one is tactical, and third one is operational. So what is strategic? Where the different strategic partnership were adopted with the suppliers, distributors, and consumers, right? What is tactical? Tacticals mean we produce different sourcing contracts. Then we take various production decisions. We take various inventory decisions, like quantity, location, quality of the inventory. Likewise, these are tactical one. Transportation, we decide various transportation strategies under tactical activities, like including frequency, what is the route of the transportation, right? And where to give the contract of the transportation. Then third activity of the SCM is operational. So operational activity includes daily production scheduling, and sourcing planning, inbound operations, production operations, order promising. So this comes under operational activities. So three activities we have discussed: strategic, tactical, and operational, right? So study these SCM. uh, what are the benefits of SCM? There are various benefits we can tell. Improve the delivery response time and delivery reliability. So first use of the SCM is to give the exact time for the delivery, right? Integrated view of the enterprise resources and constraints. Then reduce system wide inventory levels and production cost. We can reduce the inventory, and hence we can reduce the production cost. Again, the extension of organizational control beyond the firm boundaries. Yes, we can do it. Then improve the productivity. Definitely we can improve the productivity. Again, we can reduce the cycle time, reduce the operation cost, right? Increase the competitiveness of the firm. So by proper SCM, we can increase the competitiveness with our competitors. My dear friends, we have taken the guest lecture on SCM. uh, I think you might have remembered that the expert from the industry has told us that OEM, he was working in OEM industry. So he received the material in the morning at 7 a.m. That material is processed in 100% in first shift, right? Again, he received the raw material at second shift. Then again, whole material is processed in the second shift. So there is zero inventory. So they maintain the zero inventory. Original equipment manufacturing industry, he was working for 8 years. So this is the all about supply chain management. So best of luck for this. For any doubt, you can ask me. So thank you very much.